Hey everybody, I'm Don with ALPHA MOTO. We're here today to talk to you a little bit about the ALPHA MOTO set of 4 air pod filters set up for motorcycles, 4-cylinder motorcycles. Okay. These pods have multiple uses actually on a motorcycle, one being performance oriented. Today on the lift, briefly, we're going to discuss basically how an engine works and how these pods, the set of 4 pods, is beneficial to you and the performance of your motorcycle. We have an early 80s Yamaha Phaser here on the lift, 4 carburetors, 4-cylinder engine. Obviously the technology today is much more advanced than it was in the 80s. So what these pod filters do is they give you the opportunity to increase performance on a motorcycle that has maybe not reached its full potential, but just due to the year it was manufactured. We have part of the motorcycle apart already. We're just going to break it down a little bit more and show you how to install these and then give a brief explanation as to what the real benefits are. So let me just remove with this cover here on the Phaser. We've already got the gas tank and the seat off. Now, a stock motorcycle has what's called an air box. Okay, this is where the air comes in to go through the carburetors and into the engine. All an engine is, an internal combustion engine is a big air pump, okay? So the more air we get into that engine, the more horsepower we're going to make. In stock configuration, we've got a large box encompassing the carburetors and a very small air inlet, okay? So the air coming into the engine is dramatically reduced by this box. If we take this box apart, we separate it, we have our air filter inside of our air box, okay? In most cases, these are disposable. They get dirty, you throw them away, you have to buy a new one. One of the really nice benefits with the pods is they're washable. You never have to buy an air filter again. The triple cotton type material that's used in here, you can wash it in soap and water, dry them out, re-oil them. We put oil on them so to prevent any dust or dirt from getting into the engine, and then we just reinstall them. So out with the old. To install these, what we actually do is we remove the entire air box assembly, and I've got the clamps loosened on this already, and we pretty much dispose of this. We don't use this again, okay? So now we have open carburetors on this engine. This is where all of our airflow goes through, okay? So what we do is we have our pods, very simple installation. We remove our air box, and then we clamp on our pods onto the backs of the carburetors like this. They just press down, we get a screwdriver and tighten up the clamp. 4-cylinder motorcycle needs 4 pods. 2-cylinder motorcycle, 2 pods. Okay, so we got a real basic kind of installation. The Phaser's got some accessories, so some modifications might have to be made on this particular model. Most models, you can just remove the air box and reinstall the new filters. Once these are on, you've got increased airflow through the engine, hence more horsepower. Now, the one thing I have to mention with this, the more air we put into this engine, the more fuel we're going to need to acquire the proper mixture. So these are not a horsepower increase by themselves. There are other things that have to go with these pods. They can be used just as an OEM type replacement, so you have a washable filter that doesn't have to be replaced. But if you put these on just all by themselves without any other modifications, the bike's not going to run exactly the way it should. We have to increase the fuel flow, and we also have to give that fuel, that burnt fuel, an exit strategy. We need an exhaust system to let that burnt fuel out. So it's part of a package as far as performance. More air, more fuel, better flowing exhaust, and we increase performance on these bikes. These are high quality filters. There's all different types of sizes and ranges to fit most carbureted motorcycles. Another nice advantage of these too is when you use them, like I said, if they're washable, you do not have to replace the air filter. And once again, in some of these older motorcycles, you just may not be able to buy these replacement parts as far as OEM, original equipment manufacturer filters and parts. So great addition to any older motorcycle. Not for fuel injected motorcycles, carburetors only. If you have a 2-cylinder, you get a 2-pod kit. If you have a 4-cylinder, you have a 4-pod kit. Very high quality. I highly recommend.